straighten myself. Hello, everybody. Had to get all straightened out. Welcome. We just got in a heated debate about what is Generation X, and we don't even know what Generation Y is, and then Generation Z and the Millennials. And so it was funny because I was at the photography convention last week, and they were talking about the Generation X. And, you know, when I was a kid, it was like Generation X, oh yeah, we're all young and cool. And now it's like Generation X, it's like 40s. And it was so bad. We were like, hand slap. We were like, oh my gosh, we're Generation X, we're like 40s. And then I don't even know who Generation Y is. And so then Emily's like, well, I'm not Generation Z. I'm like, well, you're not a millennial, because millennials are in their 20s. They're all kind of the college age, you know, kids. And so she's a Generation Z. And but what happened to Generation Y? Does anybody even know? Does anybody know? You got your hand up, Emily.
Oh,
that means you.
Scott.
Come on, Generation Z. Stay with us here. Stay with us.
No, it's just Scott said, whoop, Pam fans are in the house.
Oh, Scott and Trina's here. Thanks for joining us. So today I decided to do our conversation about candy, and here's why. See, you know, I was going to do our conversation today about like New Year's resolutions and getting fit and in shape. Yeah, no. Because, you know, I lost 40 pounds or 38 pounds and I was doing really, really good. But, yeah, I put that 10 pounds is back. So instead of talking about being fit and eating healthy, which we'll do that once I start my diet back up, maybe like in a couple months, we're going to talk about candy and sweets and yummy things. I know we talked about holiday foods and stuff, but today it's strictly about candies. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk about this. I literally had a McFlurry before I came over here. Go ahead, Emily. Oh, Emily's jaw just dropped. You didn't know that I brought you home Hershey Kisses, by the way.
Sandeep Narwhal says, how are you?
How are you? Thank you for joining me. So I wanted to talk about sweets and treats. What are your favorite sweets and treats? And I put a thing out on Facebook and asking a bunch of people, so I have a bunch of things that other people said what their favorite sweets and treats are. But before I get to that, Emily, Generation Z, what you are? What is your favorite sweet? Everything. Nom 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 nom.
Gummies though, like
yeah.
candies.
Your gummies.
Like I love gummies.
She eats gummies on her ice cream. Like when we'll go to Yogly Mogly, and I'll
get like the tiniest amount of
ice cream
and just pile it with gummies.
And then wait. We went for Brooke's birthday. We went to Golden Corral, and there was this boy, and he walked by, and he had a whole plate full of just gummies from the buffet, and she was like, "That's my best friend," because she loves gummies so much, gummy bears and gummy whatevers. I'm not a huge fan of gummies. I mean, I'll eat them. Like, I remember going to my Yaya Carrie, which that was Evdokia Kyriakopoulos. Yes, I'll say it one more time. My great-grandmother from Greece, her name is Evdokia Kyriakopoulos. And I would go to her house. Do you ever have the grandma that you'd go to their house and they would have the gummy candies? And I thought it was just my Yaya that had the gummy candies, but apparently Mark's Granny had the gummy candies too, so apparently this is like a grandma thing. Does anybody else have grandmas that have gummy candies in their house? I really thought it was just a Yaya thing. But anyway, I loved the gummies. It would be like, oh, we're going to Yaya's house, we'll get those gummies. And it was like, hers were like rectangular shaped. They were like red and green and all different colors, but I like red. I like any red candies. But didn't Granny Garner, she had orange slices. Orange slices was her Granny Garner's thing. Yes.
Scott said no.
No. Okay, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But me and my husband, we both had grannies who had gummy candies at their house. So, you like gummy bears. I am a chocolate girl. I like sour things. When I was a kid, I don't even know if anybody remembers this, but when I was a kid, they had Nerds Blizzards. And I was kind of a bigger kid. I was really fat. And I wouldn't just get, like, now I get snack size blizzards, maybe a small if I feel like really splurging. I used to get like mediums and large blizzards. Do you know how, that's like this size. That's like a blizzard this size. And I would get it with Nerds in it. I loved Nerds. Nerds when I was a kid. I loved Nerds. Yes.
Tiffany says that her grandma always had cookies.
Cookies. Oh, we would make cookies with Granny or with Yaya, but she always had the little glass jar or crystal jar that had the gummy candies in it, and you'd be like, "Ooh, gummy candies!" You get them. But no, as I got older, I think my taste has become sophisticated, and now I go for chocolate mostly. And then somebody said they like cake. I'm not a big cake fan. Like, I like cake, and I won't turn cake down. Trust me, I won't discriminate. I'll eat cake. But if I have the choice between cake and ice cream, I will take ice cream hands down. Now, ice cream cake? Oh, now we're talking, right? Oh, what was it? Did I say it right? Dairy Queen ice cream cake. I'm trying to say it. They would have like the cake layer, but then they'd have that crunchy inside layer, and then they would have the other ice cream layer. Oh, that was something. And I like Snickers. And here's the thing, Snickers are my favorite candy bar. Well, there's so many favorites. I'll talk about them all. But Snickers in the freezer. They've got to be in the freezer. I love Snickers in the freezer, nice and cold. So my friend, for my 30th birthday, she got me a Snickers cake, which was so funny because it was frozen and we couldn't even cut it because it was like crack trying to get to it. Yeah, Emily, what's
Scott
up?
said that his dad and him would eat Oreo Blizzards while watching Doctor Who.
I like Oreo
and
Blizzards
that
too.
Carvel has
Carvel,
good
yeah.
ice cream cake.
Yeah, they have good Now they have those at Dairy Queen now, don't they? I think so, but I'm not sure. How many people do we have with us today?
11.
Oh, 11, that's not so bad. Let me think, what other kind of cake? No, not so. Now, I love Honeymoon Bakery. I do love them. I love their frosting. And I'm not a frosting girl. Like, usually when I get a cupcake, I will wipe the frosting off and give it to my husband because he loves frosting. I'm not a frosting girl. But Honeymoon Bakery, I can literally lick off the frosting on there. I love the raspberry one and the strawberry one and the fudge one. I love Honeymoon Baker's frosting. But I'll say, and I hate to like talk about a food chain, but Small Cakes, I really like their actual cupcakes. They're very light and fluffy. So now oh man, Honeymoon Baker frosting with Small Cakes cupcake, you put, but I don't love cake. So I'll talk about the candy bars that I love. Yes, Emily.
Rebecca says that Publix cakes are...
Okay, so my wedding cake was a Publix cake. And you know how you're supposed to take the top off and freeze it for like your 10th or for your 1 year anniversary? No, it did not last. We ate it so good. I actually don't mind I ate it frozen. Like, Publix cake frozen is good, but birthday cakes from Publix, and I love Publix cakes. But again, cake is not my favorite sweet. Okay, go on, Emily.
Amanda says that she loves Honeymoon. And then Trina says that Smarties are one of my favorite candies. I can eat a whole bag, and I can eat a whole box of Andy's candies.
Andy's candies. Ooh, I used to love those.
Honeymoon Bakery Italian cream cake.
Yeah.
With almond frost.
Okay, I'm not a big fan of the Italian cream cake. That's not my favorite. My favorite is the raspberry cupcake. I always get the little cupcakes. so what I do is I go and I get like a box of 12 cupcakes, and I get the little ones because the big one, you're stuck with one big cupcake, right? And you could take, I mean, I'll probably eat it all in one sitting, but you could take a couple days to eat that. But if you get the box of 12, you got like samples of all different kinds, and you're like, oh, I just eat one of these and one of these and one of these and one of these and one of these, and I could go all day. Yes, I have a problem. One time I ate all the cupcakes and my children were very angry. They're like, Mom, you ate all the cupcakes. So I ended up going back and getting more cupcakes. And I actually went to Honeymoon Bakery the other day to return a cake that I used for a photo shoot, and I did not buy cupcakes. It was very hard. I had to walk out of the store. It was like walking against the wind trying to go into Honeymoon Bakery and not buy a cupcake. It was really hard. But I gotta get this under control because I was doing so good. And my size 6 pants are stretchy, but they're not stretching much anymore. They're getting to the end of the stretchy, and I don't want to go back and buy bigger clothes because I got rid of all of my big clothes. So I'm gonna have to get back on track, but maybe after when it warms up and the weather's nicer, you can go out. Right now it gets dark so early, and I could go on the treadmill, but that's boring. So anyway. Yes, I had a McFlurry today. I love ice cream. I would say ice cream is my favorite. Like, I could do ice cream, but see, my favorite was a Snickers Blizzard because that's my favorite candy bar in the freezer with ice cream. And you'd mix them together, and it was a perfect combination. But then Dairy Queen decided not to do okay, do I have like a mean face, angry face? I'm going to get rid of the angry face. But Dairy Queen decided not to have Snickers anymore. So it's disappointing. So I don't go to Dairy Queen anymore. So you know what I go to do now? Is I go to Kroger or Publix. Sometimes Walmart has it. And actually, Kroger sometimes sells out. Tonight Dough. Let's have a moment of silence. Tonight Dough, Ben & Jerry's. It's got Jimmy Fallon on the cover. Not the other guy. What's his name? No, not Steve Carell. What's the other guy?
It's the Conan.
No, it's not Conan.
Are you sure?
No, it's...
I
can't remember. It's on the tip. Anyway, it's not the other guy. It's the one with Jimmy Fallon. It's the one with Jimmy Fallon on it. It's called Tonight Dough. And it's got cookie dough and cookie crunchy stuff in it and like crunchy stuff and swirly stuff. I don't even know what it is, but it's so good. And I would eat 1 pint of that. Any other ice cream is fine, but that, Tonight Dough, that is like, and 1 pint is 4 servings, but I'll eat the whole thing. I really will. I'm having to confess. What? Yes, Emily.
Tiffany said Letterman.
No, it's not Letterman. What's his name?
I'm looking it up.
Oh, yeah, Emily, look it up. Oh, it's like, and when you say it, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, like, how did I forget? But anyway, it's not that guy. It's Jimmy Fallon. Tonight Dough, Ben & Jerry's. I should have basically I should have some kind of...
sponsor.
I should sponsor them because that ice cream, I live for that ice cream. But anyway, I'm going to get better. I promise I'm going to do better. I'm going to lose that 10 pounds. That I gained.
American Dream.
Yeah, that's no good.
But
I mean, it's okay.
It's Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. I knew. I kept going because I knew there was a C in it. Okay, so let's talk about candy bars. Yes.
Sharon says hi.
Hi, Sharon. Sharon who?
Stevens.
Oh, hi, Sister Stevens from church. Thank you for joining me on Pam I Am. Spending your Tuesday evening. Are you like on your couch with your phone just watching and like in your jammies? I'm so tired today. I almost like went upstairs, started getting, and my husband was like, "Hey, don't you have your podcast?" And I was like, "Oh, I forgot the podcast." So then I ran downstairs and got it all ready. But thanks for joining. We're talking about our favorite candies, sweets and treats. So if you want to write down what your favorite sweets and treats are, we'll talk about that. Candy bars. I love Toblerones. Okay, see, here's the thing. I like anything that has lots of texture. Like crunchy, gooey. I don't like a boring, plain, Hershey bar. Like if I got a Hershey bar, I have to have a handful of almonds with it, or almond Hershey bars. Now I could do that too. But I want to have so what I do, like if I have like a craving, I'm going to give you my secret. This is what I do. Okay. So when I have a craving for sweets, when everybody's asleep and I don't have anything in the house, I get a bag of chocolate chips and then I put marshmallows and almonds and shake them up and then I go to the TV and eat. Don't tell anybody. Okay. There's only 11 people watching. Nobody will ever know. So, yes, I love crunchy, soft, sweet, gooey. I like it all mixed together. So, like, that's why Snickers bars are perfect because you got the chocolate, the nougat, the caramel, the crunchy nuts. It's perfect. And back in the olden days, which they still have them, but nobody really talks about them anymore, is a whatchamacallit. Have you ever had Emily's like, whatchamacallit? Like, whatchamacallit? Yes, whatchamacallit. That's what it's called. It's actually the name of the candy bar is a whatchamacallit. Does anybody else know? Has anybody else had a whatchamacallit? It's like, I don't even know how to explain. It's like it has crunchy, ricey, crispy kind of stuff in it. And it's got a little bit of peanut butter in it. It's got a little caramel in it, a little bit of chocolate. It is really good. That used to be my favorite candy bar when I was a kid. And then when I was in college, my old boss, George Tate, he's not old boss because he's not old, but he was my boss from a long time ago. So my old boss, George Tate, he got me my very first Toblerone. And it was like, and the angels started singing. And I was like, oh, what is this candy that I've never had? And it's basically chocolate with like, whatchamacallit in it? Whatchamacallit? Hear what I just did? No, toffee. It has toffee in it. So yeah, Toblerones are good stuff. But you have to get fresh Toblerones, not 2-year-old Toblerones, Emily, from somebody. Anyway, that's a long story. So, yes, Emily.
Sister Stevens says, on my bed, stressed out, trying not to think about food.
Oh, sorry. Maybe you shouldn't be watching today.
Rebecca says, those are great.
Whatchamacallits?
Yes. Trina says, love whatchamacallits.
Yeah.
Scott said, they are so good. And then Amanda said, yes, yummy.
Yummy.
And then Trina said, Snickers and Reese's.
Snickers and Reese's. Okay, so you know what I would do with my Blizzard, with my Snickers Blizzard? I would get some Reese's peanut butter cups mixed in. Go ahead.
Amanda said Take 5.
Oh, see, I'm not a fan of Take 5, but I think Take 5, isn't that kind of similar to whatchamacallit? It's been a while since I had it. I think I only had Take 5 one time. I can't remember it completely. Okay, whatever. What are their candy bars?
Twix.
Twix are good. Twix are good, but they're so small. There's like... It's like,
Kit Kats.
I need to have like 4 Twix. Not just 2, I need 4. And even Reese's. 2 Reese's is not enough. I gotta have to have a king size.
Those Reese's with the Reese's Pieces on the inside.
Yeah, so we just had... So I guess it's a new thing, like Christmas time, I guess. But they got those Reese's now with the Reese's Pieces in it. So it's like the peanut butter and the chocolate, but then it's got the crunch. I love the crunch. That just makes it so much better. And I can't remember who it was, but there's somebody that they said that they don't like stuff. Like when they get vanilla ice cream, they just get vanilla ice cream. And I'm like, really? What a boring... That's so... I don't even remember who it was, so I'm sorry if I'm offending you because I really don't even remember who it was. But I remember how boring... Like, who eats vanilla? Who eats... That's so vanilla, you know? I'm sorry if I'm offending people. I really try not to offend people, but... Vanilla, it's boring. I mean, at least do chocolate. Jeez. But then you gotta put nuts in. So if I have like chocolate ice cream, it's boring. I got a whole stash of nuts and chocolate chips and all kinds of stuff in my and I got granola and I'm like throwing it on there and I'm crunch. Even yogurt with granola, it's gotta have a crunch. I love crunchy cereal. I love crunchy. Here's kind of a silly thing, and my husband knows this, so it's nothing new. If somebody calls me in the morning when I'm eating my cereal, I don't answer the phone. You know why? Because my cereal will get soggy. So you know what? You can wait on your phone call and I will talk to you later. I'm going to finish my crunchy cereal and it's not going to get soggy. So I like crunchy stuff. Okay, yes, Emily?
Tina says that if you eat candy corn with peanuts, it tastes like a payday.
Oh, I'm not a big candy corn fan, but I'll tell you, my family... Oh man, if I get candy corn and I put a bowl, it's like piranhas. It's like,
not even
and
good.
It's gone. I know they're not even that good. It's just sugar. It's orange sugar. But people, they go crazy. It's like It's really like piranhas, and you come back and it's just like orange dust in the kitchen. It's the crease. Now I do like peanut M&Ms, but I try not. Like if I buy M&Ms, it's just one bag, just a small bag, because. For my photography class, I do buy the big bag and I put them in a bowl for everybody to eat. But not everybody eats them all. So guess what happens? I get to bring them home, and then I've got this bowl of peanut M&Ms. But it's a problem because I will eat the entire bowl of peanut M&Ms in one day. I love peanut M&Ms. Not regular M&Ms. Why? Does everybody know? Let me hear ya. Why? No crunch. You gotta have the crunch. Okay, go ahead.
I think it's...
I'm a very passionate person. Have you noticed that when you're watching my podcast? I'm a very passionate person. Yes.
I think it's Raquel or Rachel or something.
Okay, what's her last name?
Walker. Raquel. I think it's Raquel.
Okay, I think it's Rachel. It's not Rachel?
I don't...
Okay, well anyway, go. I'm pretty sure it's Rachel.
Score.
Score candy bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Gail said candy corn and roasted peanuts.
Is that Gail Williams? Or Gail Brewer?
Gail Brewer.
Oh, hi Gail.
Says candy corn and roasted peanuts together are an amazing mix of sweet and salty.
Okay, all right.
Oh, and then Tiffany says she likes to pop popcorn and then pour M&Ms in the bowl.
I've heard someone that does that,
and, the way you get an M&M, it's warm and gooey.
That sounds really good because the crunch or the outside coating keeps it from not being messy, but then you still get, ooh, that's a good idea. I like the different, although I don't like, I think Emily's tried it with the french fries dipped in your ice cream.
Oh, I love that.
I'm not a fan. I've never got into that. I'm not a big fan of that.
I like sweet and salty things.
Yeah, sweet and salty is good. It is.
Rachel.
Okay.
Rachel Raquel.
Okay, go on.
Says yes. Raquel. Rachel. She just wrote her name. I don't know what that means.
It's. Maybe we need you to have spell it out phonetically for Emily.
Rachel.
It's Rachel. Anyway, okay, that's so funny. Let's go and see. You're so funny, Emily. All right, I'm gonna go down and see what other people say. Alicia White says French horns. Is that where it's like the pastry and it has the white cream inside of it and it looks like a horn? I've never had it, but here's the thing. Pastries, I just made cream puffs last week. I love cream puffs. If it's not chocolate or cake or ice cream puffs all the way. And I know how to make good cream puffs. My mom taught me. And so it's dangerous to know how to make your very own cream puffs because that stuff is bad. I mean, it's good, but it's bad. So I make cream puffs, but here's the thing: inside, I don't like, and I think French horns have. It's more of an icing filling. I like a pudding filling. I like it because the icing is too much sugar to me. To me, the pudding is like just sweet enough, and it's cold and it's good. So I think I've had French horns, but I didn't like them because I didn't like the filling. But I love eclairs. Wait, we need to talk about the cannolis that we had in New York. And, okay, so me and Emily were walking through. Okay, go ahead and tell me your story first.
Okay,
Rachel
says, score best crunch, chocolate and toffee put in freezer.
Ooh, toffee.
And it's awesome.
Yes.
And then Trina says, I love cream puffs and eclairs.
And eclairs. Yeah, so we were, this has nothing to do with eclairs, but anyway, we'll move on. We were in New York, last month? December? Yes. It was in December. It was a month ago.
Exactly.
Wow, I can't believe it's been a month. So we were in New York and we went to walk through Chinatown, and we're walking through Chinatown. I saw a sign that said Little Italy, but there was Chinese stuff everywhere. I'm like, no, we are not in Italy. This is all Chinese. We turned one corner and all of a sudden it was like dun, 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 and it was Italian, I almost said Mexican, Italian stuff everywhere. It was awesome. So we go and we run into Paolo, and Paolo's like, hey, you need to go eat some cannolis, and yeah, don't come in here because I don't want to waste a seat on you. Go down there to, what was it?
Ferrara.
Go to Ferrara's and eat some cannolis. And so we went to Ferrara's. And the cannolis, they were wasn't it small though? Or did we end up getting a big one too?
It was tiny, so we got a bigger.
Yeah, so they had a tiny one, because I got the sampler, but the sampler was this big, and a cannoli this big is just unacceptable. So we got a regular size one too, and it was so good. Okay, cannoli. I love cannolis. And we actually, one time, Brooke, she did an experiment with cheese, and she learned how to make her own ricotta cheese. We got the milk from Carlton Farm, the raw milk from Carlton Farm, for our pets, of course. And then we made cheese out of it, and we made ricotta cheese, homemade from the milk. And so it's you couldn't get any fresher than that. And we made this ricotta cheese from scratch, and then we made, I have a pizzelle maker, so I don't like the deep fried cannoli thing, so we do pizzelles. So I made pizzelle, and I wrapped it up, to make it like a cannoli, and then we ate it with the homemade, oh my gosh, homemade cannoli, holy camoli. Holy moly, cannoli. All right, anyway. Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Rhonda, Kirk Alderfer said peanut M&Ms. I already talked about peanut M&Ms. I love peanut M&Ms. And Rhonda says chocolate and cheesecake with chocolate. I thought that was funny. Chocolate eclairs, Aaron Jones, and any kind of cheesecake. I like cheesecake. And when we were in New York, we had New York cheesecake from Junior's.
And we had that French tart.
And we had a French tart at a French pastry shop. That was really good, too. Okay, so someone on here, macaroons, Shantae, and a couple other people mentioned macaroons. I don't understand. Here's the thing.
They're fancy donuts.
They're fancy donuts. I just don't know if I'm getting, because the only time, okay, this is hard to explain. Okay, so I had a macaroon once, but it was from a kiosk at a mall. At, what's the mall, the real fancy one in Buckhead? Lenox Mall. Yeah, Lenox Mall. So, and it was at a kiosk at Lenox Mall. I'm thinking, Lenox Mall, they're going to be fancy. They had these beautiful macaroons, so I got one. And it was gooey, and it was good. It was good. I liked it. It wasn't I'm not going to crave them, but it was good. And so, but I was like, is that how they're supposed to taste? Because it was at a kiosk at the mall, so I'm not sure, And then, so I thought, okay, so for my anniversary with my husband, we ended up going to a French bakery in Atlanta. I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. But we went to this French bakery in Atlanta, and I thought, I'm going to get a French macaroon. Well, when I got it there, it was kind of crumbly and crusty and not gooey. So is it supposed to be crumbly and crusty, or is it supposed to be gooey, or is it supposed to be something else that I don't know? So I don't know if I've had a good macaroon or not, because everybody talks about how much they love macaroons, but I don't know. I mean, it's good, but it's not oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm still not sure about the macaroon thing. Italian cream cake and a Snickers crisper. Brianna, I don't know what a Snickers crisper is. If anybody can explain to me what a Snickers crisper is, please do, because I love Snickers, and we all know I love crispy things. Yes.
Macaroons and then a barf face. I have had the fancy ones. Not worth the price money. They are
Who's saying this?
Crusty normally, and it was Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about macaroons. I'm Is it supposed to be like a infinity kind of?
Said there's normally crumbly and crispy.
Normally crumbly.
Crumbly.
Kind of like, I'm thinking it's kind of like a infinity, isn't it? Infinity that. I forgot what the white stuff that's like puffy. Okay, I don't know. I can't. All right.
Baklava?
No, not baklava. Where did that come from?
Deflating.
I don't love. I'm Greek. I'm my. Evdokia Kyriakopoulos. She's my great grandmother. My grandmother is Mary Kyriakopoulos, and I don't even remember if they made baklava when I was a kid. I've had baklava. I just don't remember if I ever had it. I don't love it because it's too sweet. It's like drowning in its own juice of goo, and it's too sweet. I love Greek food, but baklava is and I'll eat it. It's good, because I won't turn down anything. Remember, I won't turn anything down. But I mean, I got diabetes in my family. This is a problem. I'm really actually that's why I lost the first 40 pounds, because I was actually worried, because my mom has it, my sisters have it, my dad had it, my grandfather had it. He actually couldn't walk because of diabetes. So I was really on a serious note, I was really concerned about diabetes. And if you get diabetes and you go on diabetes medicine, you lose your hair. That's why. No, the computer didn't freeze. I just froze. So literally that's why, because I was like, I don't want to lose my hair and I don't want to get diabetes. So that's why I tried to lose some weight.
3 people at the same time said divinity.
Divinity! Thank you. I was saying, was I saying infinity? What was I saying?
Yeah. Rebecca said the inside is similar to divinity.
Okay.
Valerie says Snickers Crispers had like a Rice Krispie, and it had a really good blue wrapper.
I don't know what that. I've never had that.
What about cookies? Forgotten Red. And then Miss O'Neill says diabetes is awful. I struggle with it. And then Trina says, I found out in Greece that baklava isn't Greek.
Oh. It's kind of like pizza from Italy is totally different than pizza here. Pizza in Italy is really kind of like just focaccia bread with cheese on it, pretty much. But here it's, got all I like it both. I like all of it. Pizza. Well, we should have a pizza day and just talk about pizza. I could have a whole 30 minutes of just pizza. Real quick, I only have a couple minutes left. French macaroons, cookies, cheesecake. Oh my gosh, I love everything. Someone else said I don't discriminate. Someone said this is making me hungry. My husband's mom's chocolate cake. My husband loves her chocolate cake. He goes nuts over her chocolate cake. And she makes a really good trifle too. Cheesecake and Reese's, maple nut goodies. I don't know what maple nut goodies are, but my husband does like the what's that stuff when you get like the almonds and they like bake them, or what is it? I don't know what they call it, but when you go to like a fair and they'll give you like a cone full of almonds, and I just spit. Did you see that?
No.
I literally said full and it went. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, let's see. And sugary cereal. Okay, so I used to love sugary cereal. Oh man, this is really showing my diabetes. I can't eat now. I don't love sugary cereal. I used to love Fruit Loops and was it the one honey? Oh, it was. I can't remember it. But anyway, all kinds of. I used to love them. Now I like regular cereal, but I put like 2 scoops of sugar in my cereal. I cannot. I love Corn Chex. Corn Chex is one of my favorite cereal. Why? Crunchy! Okay, but then I have to put 2 scoops of sugar in it. I cannot eat it plain. And Reese's Rice Krispie Treats. Why? Crunchy! They're actually crispy, not crunchy, because it's Reese's Rice. Anyway, so I have to pour 2 scoops of, and I love grape nuts. Does anybody else love grape nuts? No! Nobody likes grape nuts! Nobody! I'm the only person that buys grape nuts. But I love grape nuts. Why? Crunchy! But guess what? I put 2 scoops of sugar in it. And then I don't answer any phone calls because grape nuts is the worst at getting soggy. I mean, it's like, pour the milk, eat really fast before it gets... And sometimes I'll pour only milk on half and I'll tip my bowl so some of the grape nuts don't get the milk on it because they will get soggy by the time I get to the top part of the grape nuts. And then I'll push them down into the milk. I have like a whole scenario of how I eat grape nuts. It's so embarrassing. Emily, what?
Okay, Trina says pizza in Italy wasn't that great.
I liked it though. I liked it. It's just different than what we're used to.
Shannon May says the white puffy candy is divinity. I think.
Yes.
LOL.
So I'm guessing divinity is kind of like a macaroon with stuff inside, I think. Okay.
And then Miss O'Neill says, I love grape nuts.
Oh, I have a grape nut friend. Yay! why. I really don't. I just imagine that nobody likes grape nuts, but I just like the crunch. Okay, so who was that? Was that Chrissy?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yes.
Okay, so you don't go by her first name. You're like Miss O'Neill. That's Miss O'Neill. You take. Okay, this is the last thing, and then we gotta go. You take a banana. Okay, this is a healthy treat. Well, more or less, coming from a pre-diabetic. It's a banana, right? And you roll it in honey, but honey's not terrible. So you roll it in honey, and then you roll it in grape nuts, and then stick it in the freezer.
Dip it in chocolate.
No chocolate. I mean, that would be good. But no, you dip, banana, honey, grape nuts, stick it in the freezer. It's a really good snack. It's actually really good. I used to eat that snack a lot. Hence, I was a chubby kid. But anyway, go ahead.
Trina says that her mom drops a bite of cereal in her milk and then eats it, so there's no.
Oh, see, that's thinking. We're thinking alike. Is that everything? Is that all the comments?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say goodbye because we're at almost 31 minutes. So thank you for joining me on Pam I Am tonight. We will be back next week, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Please tell your friends and join me. And thanks if you are joining me for the first time. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it. Literally, we just talk about stuff. Why not? It's fun. Thank you so much. Bye.